Hello and welcome to week 1 of AC1110. We are down here in Moodle Runes in week 1. I'm going to scroll back up just to show you where we are at. We're in AC1110 Accounting Fundamentals. We are in Moodle Runes at this time. Scrolling back down, we're going to take a look at what is in week 1. Before we get into that, however, do want to point out the first thing we need to do that we talked about last time, which is to get McGraw-Hill's Connect set up. So this is McGraw-Hill's Connect up here. The way to set that up is to watch this training video and log into McGraw-Hill's Connect over here, McGraw-Hill being the publisher, Connect being the program. Once you do that, then you should see this icon over here, and we, of course, will be looking at week 1. We'll be back here shortly. Going to go back to Moodle Rooms on this side. Scrolling back down to week 1, if this is one of your first classes, it's going to take a little bit to learn the McGraw-Hill, a little bit to learn Moodle Rooms. So remember, this is Moodle Rooms. After the first couple weeks, it should become routine. The Moodle Rooms will look similar as we go forward from week to week and mod to mod. It's going to start off with the objectives, telling us what the objectives of the week are, then the topics, a little bit more detailed on the topics. I'll let you go over those. Then we have the lessons down here. Basically, what I want to point out is that we will be covering chapter 1 and chapter 2 in this lesson. So chapter 1 and chapter 2, where we're mainly focused on chapter 1. We'll continue on chapter 2 next week. You have some resources down here. We've got the ebook. We've got the videos on saving and storing data, reading articles. Most of this stuff will be to this link here. So will be housed on this website. If any of those are coming up slow, then try to find them on the YouTube channel by going here and scrolling down to under Charter College, under AC1110. Most of these can also be found here. And if you want to watch them on a phone or somewhere else, like a tablet, this might be a better place to go and in those formats. And if they're coming up slow or you have any problems on them, try a different browser like Chrome or Firefox, and then try this channel and search for them in there. Going back to Moodle Rooms, scrolling down. After that, we've got the discussions, and from the discussions down to the end, down to quizzes, this is where you want to check off the work that you have done. So you want to go through, you want to use the Moodle Room to check off the work. You're going to be going back and forth from Moodle Rooms to McGraw-Hill Connect. Most of the work actually will be over here in McGraw-Hill Connect. However, not all of it will be there. All of it will be listed at least here. So you can even print it out if you want. Check off all the stuff that you have done. Note what you have done throughout the week. Everything is due on Sunday of each week. So week 1 ends on Sunday. You want to have everything in at that time. Just check off everything as we go. So before we go into that line item by line item, let's take a look at the syllabi one more time, and I want to take a look at the strategy I would go through on all these classes, and that is to pick up full credit on the discussion forums. They're worth 21% of the points. You have most control over that. Pick up full credit if at all possible. Pick up as much as full credit as possible on the assignments and the homework. There is a lot of them, so there's a lot of work in this class, but you have the most control over that. Make sure to take the quiz by the end of the week, by Sunday. But have as big a point cushion total as you can going into it. So the quizzes, the midterm, and the final combined are worth 33% of the grade. All right, so I'm going to go back to Moodle Rooms. So how could we do that? Discussion forum is going to be here. That one will be in Moodle Rooms. And what you want to do on the discussion forum is, if we break this down to basically its essence, you want at least 4 posts by the end of the week. And usually most students are going to want more than 4 posts. Reason being because the way the discussion forums are graded is they accumulate upwards. So the points keep going up until you reach full credit, unlike an assignment where you turn it in and we grade it and you get whatever you get on it. So in that way, you can't really get a bad grade on a post. However, you could get a post that is not going to give you enough credit to reach full credit in the minimum amount of posts, which is 4. So if you had 4 really good posts, in other words, you can get full credit in 4 posts. If you have less than great posts, then it may take more than 4 posts to get full credit. So I would post like 8 times maybe, just to make sure that you've got enough posts to get full credit. What is a good post? It's got to add to the content of the discussion. So if you compliment someone else on their post and say that was a good post, that's good. I encourage that. However, that doesn't add a lot of content. What you want to do is compliment their post and then add to it. Add some more content that's not in the discussion related to accounting. If you copy and paste anything from Google or something like that you found, that's okay. But to get full credit on it, you need to reference it, or otherwise it's going to be plagiarism, and you want to make sure that you reference it. And to get full credit, you want to recap what you have found basically in your own words, or tell us what it means about that. I'm also going to add a lot of questions in here, so don't be intimidated by all the questions that I'm going to add. The reason I'm adding questions is to make sure that everybody has enough material in which to get full credit, which means we have to have everybody in the class get the full 4 posts at least, more than that if possible. So that's why I'm going to add a bunch of more questions in order to allow people to do that. Then we have the assignments. One's going to be in Connect, one's going to be in Moodle Rooms. So remember, even though this one's in Connect, you want to check it off here in Moodle Rooms. Moodle Rooms is the place where we're going to list everything else and want to check them all off here. So this assignment is actually going to be up here in Connect. So here's Connect. And week 1 is open at this time. Now this is the assignment we're looking at. You may actually want to do it in the order that it's in Connect, meaning you may want to do the Learn Smarts first, but this is the assignment that we just looked at in Moodle Rooms that you want to check off. It's usually the longer assignment. Whenever you do these longer assignments, we're usually going to have a video, some helpful instructional video and or worksheets for that. And those will often be housed in something like a paperclip down here. So anytime you see this paperclip icon, you do not have to turn that in to Connect. In this case, this paperclip is helping you out with this problem. The second paperclip is actually a Moodle Rooms problem that's uploaded here just so you don't, as a reminder, not to forget it. So if you open up the paperclip, then it'll give you this website and just a link to the website. And if you open that up, this will give you an instructional video. And I hit Control in order to open this up. And this will give you an example of the problem. So you want to basically go back from here. Here's the video. Go back to Moodle Rooms, then open up this. And once you do that, this assignment will be very much like this video lecture. So you can walk through here, you can see how to do it, and then go back here and implement that information here. The numbers will be different, but the format will be pretty much exactly the same. So I'm going to go back to Moodle Rooms over here. Then we're going to scroll down. This is a Moodle Rooms problem. So this is Moodle Rooms. Remember, this is Connect. In Moodle Rooms, that means you have to actually upload it here into Moodle Rooms. So we're going to go into this icon here. And then if you click on this, you'll get an Excel worksheet. And you want to download that Excel worksheet, work the problem, and then upload it here. How do you upload it? Once the week starts, there's going to be a blue button here that says Submit. I believe it says Submit. And you want to click on that, and that's where you can upload this document. And so when you complete that, you can upload it there. Going to go back up to Moodle Rooms. I call this the cookie trail. Going to go back up over here to Moodle Rooms. Going to scroll down to week 1, the week we are in, and scroll down to where we were at. Next, we have the homeworks. Now, there's going to be 2 homeworks. They're going to be in Connect. So even though they're in Connect, you kind of want to check them off here. You're not going to do them in Moodle Rooms here. You're going to do them in Connect. Remember, Connect is up here. And here are those. These are going to be the Learn Smarts. So there should be 25 questions to 35 questions in here. Once you complete the Learn Smarts, you can go back in there and do more of them. Just make sure that once you do 25 questions to 35 questions, it'll count down to 0 and you'll be done. If you go back in there and there's anything more than 35 questions, it probably means that you have completed it and you're going back in there and just practicing at that point. So don't let that throw you off and ask me if you have questions on that. So I'm going to go back over here to Moodle Rooms. So once you do those, you want to check those off. Then, of course, we have the quiz. Quiz is due at the end of the week on Sunday. We cannot generally extend the quiz unless there's an unusual circumstance, unlike the homeworks where we can often pick up some late work on it. Therefore, make sure to do the quiz by Sunday. You don't want to miss the quiz because it is a multiple choice question and you can pick up some points no matter what. So if you go back over here, the quiz is going to be here. It's going to be 4 hours. You are in an online class and it's basically open book. So, you know, I would print out the book or print out a PDF of the book, use any kind of resources. I would have an Excel sheet open and whatnot in order to work this quiz, and make sure you have the 4 hours to do it. You won't be able to get in there again after you attempt it. Going to go back up to Moodle Rooms. Once the week is over, then what will happen is I'm going to implement your information into the gradebook over here. So here's your gradebook on the left-hand side. It's not going to be much use for you until after the week is closed on Sunday. I have until Tuesday then to enter the grades into the gradebook. So by Tuesday, you want to go in here and you already know what's going to happen because you've been following it. You've checked everything off in Moodle Rooms and you know what the gradebook should basically look like. Week 1 discussion should then have 100% because everybody's going to get 100% on that. And the quiz will populate to whatever you got on the quiz in Connect. And then the assignments, you had the 2 assignments. They will then populate in accordance to the full credit that everybody's going to get from doing those. And then the Learn Smarts down here in week 1 should populate based on the full credit that everyone's going to get because they do the Learn Smarts. And if there's any questions in that after the week, then let me know. If you have any zeros in that after the week is over, then you want to think about if you can pick that up for partial credit on late work, and then I'll grade it again in the following week. All right, so just one more reminder, going back to the cookie trail, make sure to log into McGraw-Hill Connect. That's the first thing to get done. If you have any questions on that, let me know as soon as possible. Have a good week 1.